Hey dudes and dudettes, Mr. Theorist here, and welcome back to another theory video. It's been pretty much a month since I've done any video at all, and it's been a good, I think about 3 months since I've done an actual theory. I'm back. Sorry I've been gone for so long. My birthday came up, I've been ill, and just my current job that kind of helps make me live, because I would love to do this for a living but can't at the moment. Yeah, it's getting stressful. So, yeah, but I'm trying to come back. I'm hoping to do weekly videos, as I said back when I was doing my my Retro Club Buffy videos. I'm trying to get them as a weekly occurrence. Theory videos, obviously, I'm not doing them as often at the moment, but if one comes to mind like this one, then I will be doing them. Just bear with me, because things are crazy and I'm trying to sort things out, and yeah, but I'm going to try and get better again. Anyway, enough with my silly excuses about life. Let's do this theory. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, this theory video is about something that non-geeks out there confuse a lot. That Star Wars and Star Trek are in fact, they are totally different things. But there are a lot of people that either confuse that Star Wars and Star Trek are the same, or that they are the same universe, and I'm doing this theory to prove they are in fact right. Now, before you go off the video and leave me and everything, as we're shouting in the sea, aren't you? Hear me out, let me explain, and then at the end you can berate me in the comment section, okay? But bear with me, okay? So, how am I presuming that these are the same universe? Well, as so many of my other theories, this is a timeline of the video. Just cause! God damn it, I hope that doesn't get picked up. And, in fact, Star Wars comes first, then Star Trek. How do I know this? Well, their tech is pretty much similar. Star Wars may be a little more advanced, but in order for this theory to work, this is how it works, okay? So, you guys out there know what Star Wars is. It is about a group of people who have to side with the side of good to help defeat evil, which in the original trilogy it was Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Han Solo. And they help the Rebel Alliance take down the treacherous Empire, space Nazis. In the prequels we have Obi-Wan, Padme, and Anakin Skywalker, and they are part of the Republic to take down the Trade Federation. And then obviously in 7 and 8 we have the Resistance, who are a beat-off faction of the New Republic that Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker help build, along with other remnants of the rebellion. But then the Resistance had to break away because they learned that this new force called the First Order, which were kind of like remnants of the Empire, were rising up, and the Republic said, no, we're not getting involved in that, but Leia, here's some ships and stuff, you go deal with them, and because if we do, it'd be a big political thing, and global annihilation and everything. And that's where this theory comes from. That in Star Wars, it always seems to go down to that there are these two factions that get to a point where the whole universe suffers because of them. As I say, in the original movies, it was the Empire versus the Rebellion. The Rebellion was all the planets that were good, and they were clashing against the rest that the Empire conquered to take down the rest. And it was a massive universal fight. The originals, obviously Trade Federation, and that, as it goes along. And it seems like the whole universe of Star Wars is cursed. There are these two sides that always form up and always clash to destroy each other. Now, if you lived in a country and you had the capability to leave it because this country kept fighting over itself, two different sides, over and over, destroying all the innocents in its wake, wouldn't you, if you could, get a move? That's what I'm saying that all the humans of this universe, of the Star Wars universe, have done. That they basically decided they've had enough. They've had enough of the Sith turning up in one form or another and destroying their livelihoods, and the Jedi coming along and all the collateral damage. So they get in their spaceships and they fly off to another universe. Now at the same time, the Jedi see that this is happening, But instead of going off to help them, they decide they want to bring the Force to a unifying state. That instead of constantly just being like the repellent against the Sith, they want to bring the two sides together to form a balance. Now, if you watch another one of my theories, in which I talk about what Rey's purpose is in this new trilogy, this might be where this idea comes from. That the Jedi understand that in order to make peace, they have to bring the Sith into their fold. Now, the Sith, they've been beat back so many times, they want revenge, but they see this as this is something they could do. Like, they're tired of always being the side of evil, always having to prove the Jedi wrong by defeating them one way or another. So that's what they do. Jedi and Sith come together, and instead of just going with the humans, they follow them into that portion of the universe, to another galaxy. Because as we know, the Star Wars universe started a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Now, after they manage to get across the universe, they find this other galaxy. It's a younger galaxy. It's only just formed. Their sun is bright and their planet's uninhabited, apart from this one where there's very primitive beings, these very primitive pseudo-humans are there. And they decide, we can live here. Away from all the war, we could make this utopian. So they go to this planet, they decide to set all their ships to autopilot, they make them leave into this new sun of this galaxy, destroy all their tech, and live like primitives. Now, some of them obviously still remember the old ways, and they have to, because in order to stop things from happening again, you must remember your history. But they make it like whispers. And also the proto-humans that live on this planet, they saw snippets of this technology, of the spaceships, and they saw these humans come out of it. And they pass on into their knowledge of these great beings. And we see this. We actually see this in real life. Different eras, like the Egyptians, the Aztecs, they talk of potentially seeing spaceship kind of things and almighty beings with great power. Now, as our universe does, we continue on, we begin to evolve, and unfortunately, war still breaks out, but on a much minor scale. Instead of it being on this global galactic scale, it's on a minor planetary one. And there's still the descendants of the Star Wars universe have been told little things just to try and stop this planet from branching out and potentially taking over others and destroying other planets. So they stop the First World War. Then the second one breaks out and they stop that one. And then after the second, they manage to keep things almost perfect. Almost. Minor wars break out here and there until they begin to develop technology similar to the one that their ancestors used to have, but not quite. And humanity reaches a state of utopia, where it's no longer fighting wars. The minor things like currency isn't an issue anymore. Obviously there are still minor insignificant things, but they're always going to be humans. But for the most part, they've almost ascended in a way to being utopian, to being at peace, just like we see in Star Trek. Now, what about the Force users, the Jedi and the Sith? They were off following them in this galaxy, but they found somewhere else. They saw what the humans were doing and decided not to get involved in it. So they fly even further. They go off somewhere else. And they develop into a culture of their own. The Sith and the Jedi come together and they begin to develop. And they begin to learn that using the living Force, becoming Force Ghost, isn't something you have to do by dying. That you can achieve this on their own. And through generations, through eons of focusing, they manage to begin to manipulate not just moving things, an object, picking it up and throwing it across the room, but transforming it just with a click of their fingers. And in Star Trek, you know what I'm talking about. Talking about the grand beings of Q, who can quite literally come to a place with a snap of their fingers and alter reality, which Jedi and Sith to a very minor degree basically use the Force to do. And we've seen things like in this book, the Sith Bible essentially, they talk of using Force alchemy to turn one being into another, and we see the Q do this. And that, my friends, is how the realm and the universe of Star Wars became our universe, and into the future, universe of Star Trek. Now I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's a little crazy, but it makes sense. And if you've enjoyed this video, guys, please hit that like button. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. And as always, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this video. And I will most definitely catch you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye!